He has a PhD in yapology. I'm gonna be honest, most PhDs are so useless, and then there are a few that are so incredibly necessary for certain jobs. I feel so bad because there are people who want to do a certain job, and then they find out somewhere in the middle of doing college that they have to go to more school forever just to do the job they want. And they go, oh, when they realize they're in for a long ride. And that's very sad. Data science better have a PhD? Not, well, depends on who you work for, but not at all, actually. I mean, if you're talking about real data science, yeah. There are some very real parts of that field where you don't need a PhD at all, but you have to have an insane portfolio, and you have to have done the same things that you would do if you had a PhD in it. Yeah, you can't do the I'm gonna become an analyst route and then become chief data scientist for a, you know, how many PhD until Vtuber career. Depends on the Vtuber. There's some Vtubers that have never gone to school beyond high school. They just went straight into streaming. There are some Vtubers that have put PhDs fully. There are some Vtubers that have held no career. They got out of college and started streaming and went, all right, f it. There's some that have had full careers and did it, you know. It is what it is. It's almost like they're a sample of the population. Nami, feel like having no experience of work before full-time VTubing is a disadvantage. Not VTubing, streaming. Anyone who gets thrown into a unique social environment that is not like most real environments without experiencing, you know, that first, will have a harder time because this will become their reality. This will be all they know of adult life, which is not good. I think you don't develop a lot of maturity being in this space unless you already developed it. So, you know, when someone's like, I don't get why this streamer who's in his 30s acts like a child. I'm like, he got out of high school and immediately started streaming and never worked in a normal environment ever. He didn't have the chance to develop that. If anything, it was negatively developed because of the feedback he got from people via the internet. And now he ended up like this. It's, dare I say, almost not that person's fault. It is, but it isn't in my mind, because, you know, how would they know better? Literally, how? That's my fault on that. Bro never got fact-checked by life. Exactly. I think having like something like streaming, something along the lines of modeling. Actually, no, modeling I think can be good because of you having to manage appointments and meet very different people. Maybe, yeah, really just streaming anything that is internet-based and you don't go into a physical workplace. You don't have to, you have the option to not talk to people at any point in time. You don't have to deal with difficult people if you don't want to. All of this kind of stuff. I don't know. I just feel like you end up very narrow-minded and not developing anything else. Can you get out of that? Absolutely. You can make sure that your life outside of streaming is well-rounded, but that just depends on the person. Some people don't know what they don't know, and they think this is fine. Is there a good ending to a VTuber, like a long-term plan for your 40s? You're acting like 40s-year-olds. Most people die closer to their 70s, so long-term plan is a bit more than that. I think VTubing has the potential to go farther in someone's life than streaming with a face cam, because no one will see you age, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe it means that some people will grow out of it and decide, I don't like this anime character anymore. I don't know. Yeah, and what Gigi said, the audience is aging with creators. It's very true. A lot of people said, oh, you know, the viewer base of streamers are all in their 20s, so they're never going to watch 30-year-olds. And then that viewer base that was in their 20s got into their 30s, and guess what? They still watch streamers. So, you know, and their tastes aligned with the streamers that got older. So a lot of those streamers are still going. And they always said, you know, the average age of content creator is like a 3 to 5 year career. But I see it going a lot further for a lot of people as the viewer base ages. Kind of the way PC gaming trends a certain way in age and the way it has over time. Same thing with watching streamers. I think they're parallel. For sure.